Live from Toronto.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're recording.
Okay, great. I mean, here we are. I feel like I've said this multiple times tonight already, but first inaugural Sleepless Podcast, 1 a.m.
Yeah, in true sleepless fashion, I
I
guess.
know.
Yeah, we're up here in the studios. It's after 1 a.m. in the morning. Busy setting up the space.
Yeah. I mean, it looks great. I mean, other than the heaps of trash we have everywhere.
yeah, there's a lot of rubbish.
But, I think, there's nothing really like this in Toronto, if you think about it. Like, where else could you could basically run a whole a creative agency out of here.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like we've talked about that before. We think we're bringing something to the city that it doesn't have yet, but it needs.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, hopefully we like our future members find the space useful and enjoy coming here, and you know, um, just want to create that sense of community as well. So I think we're taking steps
And
to get it there.
shout out to Portugal for supplying us with all the cork.
Of course, just to give a bit of background there. So, but part of the soundproofing process we gone through, we decided to use cork on the walls, and we had to order quite a bit of cork. And the ongoing joke is that Portugal has been one of our one of our benefactors.
I mean, between that and the balls of rouge.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but
Hopefully plenty more rouge.
hopefully. I mean, where do you see Sleepless now in the next year? What would be your ideal place?
Well, hopefully it's out the door with bookings.
Yeah, I mean that would be fucking great.
That would be nice.
Yeah, yeah,
And it'd just be nice to have people coming through. I feel like this is kind of space that needs people in it. So
yeah.
I
I, I,
think that.
I mean, the co-working could be cool. I think it would be really great to have a few folks here working together. You meet a photographer, that's cool. You're chatting to them, then you're just like, hey, you want to come on my podcast? And, it organically goes that way. They take a few shots for your podcast. You've got some good content. And next thing you know, you've created a loyal fan base, and, you're able to move on. But yeah, that would be the dream, really, with the co-working.
Yeah. So what brought you to here, Robin?
What brought me
Yeah.
to this couch right now?
Yeah,
To
yeah.
this lovely.
What brings you here?
I mean, obviously, we're corking walls and putting soundproofing on. That's what brings me here. But no, I mean,
But who is Robin Fitzpatrick?
Oh, that's a very deep question. A visionary at large. No, I don't know. I just kind of gone through life, taking it day by day, and sure, here I am on a podcast, about to kick off. Hopefully, will be a high impact company for everyone. I go to Base Coast every year. This year, I really wanted to put a mix together. Didn't quite have the equipment to do that. And rang around countless places trying to rent equipment. Couldn't find any. Then it was like, okay, well, I'm going to have to buy some equipment. That's like $3,000 that I wasn't willing to part with. So yeah, I mean this really makes sense for that, like hopefully we can bridge the gap between the high cost of acquisition for equipment. I said that in the most VC way possible, but yeah, if we can bridge that gap and just let anyone create whatever they want whenever they want, that's the dream, really.
Yeah, that's what we're looking to offer, and give everyone who wants to an entry point into being creative.
Should look at us here with the mood lighting.
Yeah.
This is, I'm telling you, we need to get some streaming going on because the listeners don't get to see the mood lighting in here.
Yeah, they don't get to see the you know us in the moment here at 1 a.m. Chatting shite.
I know. I mean, we're in our 30s now, so we're due a podcast.
This is it, I suppose. Yeah, it's written in the stars for us now.
So there's this. I listened to this guy. I can't remember what he. I'm gonna say he wrote Rock and Roll Magazine or something like that, whatever it's called. But basically, he said that when he was in his 30s, he started writing down everything. So, like, one of the examples it was he would always lose his stuff, could never find it, until one day he realized he should just put the stuff back where he found it, because then he'll never forget where it was. So he wrote that down. And then he started writing down all these little isms that he had. And then he sold it as a major book. I don't know why. It's
a nice tangent.
Yeah, good tangent, yeah.
Yeah, good tangent.
But yeah, I suppose we're getting in our 30s now, so maybe we can get some isms onto this podcast that will be helpful for others in a few years.
Yeah, so I guess the goal for this podcast, what are we looking to do with this podcast?
It's I think inspire would be a good one.
Yeah.
Hopefully, people, see that sometimes you got to take a punt on something, and hopefully our podcast continues and it's positive.
Yeah.
But even if it's not positive, we keep it up, at least, we can keep a cheer on it.
Yeah. Well, and it'd be nice to not just talk about like the business or whatever, but also, talk about the community, talk to our community, get some people in local to chat about, all sorts of creative things and maybe even some local businesses or something.
Their stories too, though.
Yeah.
I think we all get so caught up in listening to podcasts with, Diary of a CEO. I think he does a fantastic job. Steve Barnett, shout out. But, he interviews these people that are just like multimillionaires, or they manage companies, or are super successful in some crazy which way. And yes, that gets a huge amount of viewers, but it's almost so alien in their day-to-day lives that, it'd be really great to just actually get some interesting people that people are like, oh, wow, that, I actually relate to that person in some way.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, and I think, we definitely be great if we could achieve that, like a sense of being able to connect with the podcast and
Yeah.
inspire.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to what I was kind of surmising earlier, is like, hopefully, we get to meet interesting people as they come through, and, as maybe they move on up, like there's rising stars. Hopefully we'll walk through these doors one day and we'll have the opportunity to chat to them. And flip side of that, we might just have average Joes who are just happy in their life and have some incredible stories.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
But of course, it'll be hard to get them here at 1 a.m.
Yeah. Well, here's a question now. Is this going to be the running thing now?
I mean, it's
the
easy.
Sleepless Podcast has to be recorded at 1 o'clock in the morning.
I mean, if we can get the people, then yeah. I mean, for me, it works out fine.
For the midnight madness.
I'm in Vancouver, so I get 3 hours on you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so as Robin just said, he's based in Vancouver. Myself based in Toronto, but yes, Sleepless at the moment in Toronto. I guess our goal, hopefully down the road, would be to set up a Vancouver location as well.
Vancouver,
right, Robin.
Montreal.
Yeah, love to get that.
Oh, Montreal, great city.
Yeah, so I guess if you're listening to this in other parts of Canada, we're hopeful that this Toronto location is a success, and then we can expand into other locations and come to your city.
Well, this is the thing, right? And again, anyone listening, at the beginning, like all the money that goes into this will be going back into this business to grow it, right? We're not here to, nickel and dime anyone out of stuff. If you look at our pricing and stuff, we've tried to be as fair as possible and to capture as many people as they can, so that, it's not exclusionary. I think I saw, I'm not going to name the city or place, but, I saw a place opened recently in Canada for influencers. And I think it was like, just to avail of some of the services, it was like $700 for the day.
Yeah.
Unless you're getting sponsored, who has that kind of money? And even if you do have that kind of money, you're still taking a huge risk. So, I think it'd be great to just expand into Canada and, really build a brand.
Yeah. That'd be the goal, yeah. So, hopefully we get there.
Yeah.
Your help, of course. And, we'd love to be able to create more communities like this all over the country.
Yeah. Jeez, that'd be lit, as they say.
Yeah, litty. Yeah.
Oh, God. I can't wait to listen back to this. It's only going to get better, though.
It will only get better. And I think this is a good sort of trial run. Maybe we can we'll sit down and record a actual first episode and reference this,
I don't know. This can go with it. Let's just go with it.
Jeez.
It can't be. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I mean, I don't think we've gone through any topics we probably would. If we were to do this again, we'd end up talking the same stuff again anyway.
Probably, but maybe a bit more. Apologies for the yawn. It is almost 2 a.m. Maybe we'd be a bit more structured though.
Yeah, for sure. But like, we still don't haven't defined exactly what we're gonna do yet. So, bit of unstructured. Just be like Ireland in the attack. Then the rugby unstructured play.
Yeah.
But this is great. I mean, the studio is actually this is a cozy spot.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying to you earlier, especially in this podcast room we're sitting in now, I feel like I could sit in here and chat shit for 2 hours in here.
Yeah, I think we nobody needs a 2-hour podcast though.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if you wanted to.
Yeah. No, we could maybe in the future if we get some good topics. But if anyone is listening, future customer, current customer, friends, family, if you have a topic you'd want to discuss, reach out to us at contact@sleeplessstudios.io. That's contact@sleeplessstudios.io.
Or on our socials.
Or on our socials, Sleepless Socials. Or I'm not on Instagram these days, but
We are on Instagram.
Well, for Sleepless Socials only. But yeah, no, definitely. I think more topics, and we'll just take it from there.
This is it. Yeah. So.
How long have we been talking, out of curiosity?
Just over 13 minutes.
Well, it goes pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Maybe we aim for that sweet 25-minute mark.
25, 30 minutes. Yeah.
But yeah, as I say, it's funny how podcasts, you kind of have to keep the ball rolling here. You can't just sit back.
Pause.
No, it's actually crazy when you think about it, how Joe Rogan does it 3 times a week for 4 hours.
Yeah, well, he's a pro now. I'm sure he's got it nailed down.
I love
to a T.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. He has.
Right.
I mean, if you watch his early ones, very unstructured as well.
Mm-hmm.
He just stuck at it. Now, the only issue is we're jumping into a very, very, very big pond of white men making podcasts in their 30s.
That's rare. But hopefully we stand out from the crowd.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I mean, we'll see. We probably should have a backup. Do you know what we should do? If we ever run out of topics, we should have a topic roulette. So as we run out of something, one can be kind of controversial, some funny ones, and we'll just spitball them, and then we'll spin a wheel, and if there's ever a pause.
I think we need the wheel right now.
But looking at the iconography, it actually looks great. The door and everything,
It's fitting.
it is fitting.
Yeah, I think it fits the space.
It does, and actually, it's funny the way the mic is shaped, because it's pretty much exactly how the mic is shaped.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But there we go. Maybe we should wrap this up because my wife is actually in another room still working away.
She did.
And we're just sitting here chatting shit.
Yeah, we'll get her on one day.
Yeah.
For sure. I think today, if we got her on, the listeners would hear probably 20 minutes of her back pain.
Yeah.
So we should probably wrap it up.
Yeah,
but
and get back out there.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, exciting times for Sleepless Studios.
Yeah, there we go. First episode, Sleepless Studio podcast. We'll be back again with another Midnight Madness episode. But until then, peace.
Peace. Need to get a catchphrase.